The time has just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. I am rested. I am ready to rock and roll. I am heavily caffeinated on my first Red Bull of this very long day. And I have set myself a challenge. I received this miniature 2 years ago now, and I decided that I cannot let this rest. We have a few months left till Christmas, and I want all of my big Forge World kits that have been left behind to be fully done and dusted on my shelves behind me, looking sweet. So I thought, what better place to start than with the biggest knight Games Workshop does, which is of course the Knight Porphyrion. I did get this kit kind of cut out. All the parts are sub-assembled, everything is cleaned, everything is washed, and it is ready to be sprayed and for painting to begin. So that's what I'm gonna jump in and do today. Can I get this done in 24 hours? Let's find out. I shall hit play. Boop.
So it begins.
So this is all the pieces that I have to build and paint. And I know it doesn't look like quite a lot, but I just need to, I don't know, make things clear to you. Like, this is the legs, and then this is the main body part of this monstrous thing. And to try and put that into some form of like context, here's a normal knight. So the legs of this are bigger than the knight. The first time I ever seen it in person in Warhammer World, I knew it was a kit that I was going to have. Basically, I have a bunch of kind of freelance knights, free blade knights, but then I decided I did want to have a knight household. And what I decided to do was ally them in and team them up with my Black Templars. What would an entire knight house devoted to working alongside the Black Templars look like? And in my head, it looks something like this. And I've done videos on all of these guys before. They are looking pretty sweet, very Templar-esque. And obviously I wanted the Porphyrions to be the centerpiece of that particular knight house. I do actually have the third one of these Lancer style tall knights to do. I own it, haven't put it together yet. It's a chore to put it together. A lot of fun to paint, chore to put together. So we'll get the third one of those done as well. Then a bunch of armigers, Porphyrion in the middle, and that will be a very sexy knight army that I do hope to put on a table and play some games with at some stage. It's always funny when you take on challenges like these, because I've done a couple of things like this before, and never really on camera. I've done it with friends and stuff, 24-hour challenges and all that kind of madness. And it's like every step always takes longer than you think it will be. Like, I'm already 35 minutes into the challenge. I've only just gotten like the majority of the pieces on their little stands to be sprayed. You know, it always gets you kind of a little heart flutter right at the beginning, getting kind of worried about what's gonna happen, but you know. Anyway, the reason I came back on camera real quick is I obviously laser cut out my own base size for this particular miniature. As you can see, it is a perfectly sized base for the Porphyrion. It's gonna look really nice. I don't know whether or not that I have time to do anything particularly special with the base.
2 seconds later.
For a completely different reason, I did actually before 3D print up this dead Contemptor Dreadnought. Is that a cool thing to add to his base? Is that what people want to see? A dead Contemptor? The last kind of thing that tried to rush him just get completely gunned down and destroyed? Is that cool? That's kind of cool. But if I'm going to go for that, I think I do want to have like him up a little bit taller. Maybe have that in like a crater or something. I don't know. So we're an hour and 21 minutes into it. And we have just gotten all the models sprayed. All the model sprayed. So this is generally how I tend to spray knights, black and then silver over the top of it. Here's the kind of top piece, which has obviously the silver sprayed underneath. And then the top is black. We'll get all the black tidied up later on. Here's an example of all of the shin pad parts. Well, 5 of the 22 million shin parts. First off, let's get my mask on.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
See, we did a quick coat of Chaos Black with the rattle cans to prime all of these armor panels, but obviously that's not quite good enough for me. So I've got the Army Painter Matte Black Air here. I'm gonna throw that through the airbrush and give all the panels a quick coat of that. Okay, so for the next stage of black, I'm gonna go for Death Reaper, which is not an air paint, so I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of acrylic thinner. And hopefully that will give me the desired color of kind of black gray that I'm hoping to get. That's what I'm thinking. Well, that couldn't have gone any worse. This is where we're currently at with it. As you can see, it's a really nice matte coat of black. It's really, really nice, but it's just not popping quite the way I wanted to just yet. And before I decide to like tape it off and add in all the other colors, I just want that black to just be a little bit brighter in kind of the centers of the panels and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna work on now. So I'm gonna mix up that paint and then get going. Zoom! And you can see the kind of lighter gray color in the center of the panels, giving me a much cleaner, much tidier look, but it is popping just a little bit more. Okay, now we very carefully need to decide which panels are going to get the kind of cream treatment. Now, when I say cream treatment, I know Black Templars are traditionally black and white, but all my Templars are black and cream. So I have to decide which one of these panels are going to get like halved, or are they going to get quartered? One panel that's very, very easily taped off. So we're going to go cream, cream, and leave these bits black. So I'm going to go away and tape up everything, and then we'll go from there. Generally now is the scariest part of the whole thing. I think all of the airbrushing for the most part is done. I might do some weapon flare later on depending on what this clock says. But I think it's now time to basically move over to the brushwork. But before I move over to the brushwork, I genuinely have to remove the tape and I'm so scared. Let us hope that the black does not come away with... No. Wait. I don't know why the paint has gone on so weak this time. I've done this a million times before. And I've genuinely never had these kinds of issues with airbrushing. Okay, this is obviously one of the most, well, it is the most important piece. This is the huge body of this thing. And I've taped the ball around it to try and get that nice red. So now it's time to remove the tape and hopefully not remove too much paint with it. You remove very little paint there, some scratching and stuff, that's easily fixed. Okay, ready? Breathe with me, people. Oh, we're lifting some there. Oh, okay. We can work with this. Okay, the door got scuffed. It's a bit crappy, but the clean line along the different panels seems to have been okay. Okay, a little bit of a progress update. We have 12 hours, 57 minutes left. We are closing in on the halfway mark and we are doing pretty well. Do I think this beast is going to take 24 hours? No, I think I was kind of I'm not over ambitious or whatever, but pessimistic about how long this thing was going to take. There's still a lot of work to go. Even though it looks this done in front of me, there is still quite a lot of bits and pieces that need doing, and still some decisions that I need to make that I'm struggling with a little bit. For instance, I obviously added a nice contemptor dead to the base. What color am I painting this contemptor? I have no idea. Haven't thought that far through. Should it be like a loyalist thing, that this thing is like standing over and defending the wreck of a contemptor for it to be salvaged and recovered? This thing being, working for the Black Templars and fighting alongside the Black Templars, but still mostly loyal to, the Mechanicus, the Omnissiah. A contemptor is such a relic, it's such a valuable piece that maybe they're defending one of their own wrecks. Or is it symbolic of a contemptor that tried to take the Porphyrion down and it contemptuously blasted it into a million pieces and is stepping over the corpse of the enemy? I don't know yet. It's something to think about. Also with the guns are coming along quite well. I tried for the first time to add that muzzle burn to the guns. I think it turned out okay. I'm happy enough with the result for the first time I ever did it. But there is an extra bit to these guns which looks kind of like the casing and the trim like the armor. So should this be black and this be gold and it blend more with the rest of the knight? I don't know. Like, my gut is telling me yes. When I look up like how much armor panel is going to be covering this, there is going to be quite large swathes of it kind of left. It's like maybe too much silver. The next few stages are like dry brushing up all the trim and the gold, getting that all bright and shiny, doing some weathering, some chipping damage, dry brushing up the base, getting that contemptor painted, deciding whether I'm painting these guns, and then there'll be like final assembly, then adding loads of weathering powder, then varnishing the whole thing, and then doing all the lenses. Okay, we have 10 hours, 25 minutes left. Loads of time. We are kicking the crap out of this challenge. I should have set it for a lot less and then obviously struggled to get to that point. But anyway, I'm at a point now where I think I'm ready to assemble the knight, because the next kind of stage is things like weathering powder and pigment and stuff, and that's easier to do when it's all together because you know where all the dirt and debris should go, and then a varnish, and then some other bits and pieces after that. There's definitely still lots of work to do. The pintle-mounted las cannons, the railings. I haven't actually done the stippling, chipping just yet. I'm gonna wait till it's all together again and decide how much I want to do with that. I'm gonna put the torso on first, which may seem strange, but I kind of need to make sure that it's kind of looking straight. And then once I know that it's looking straight, it means I can put the guns in the correct position, if you know what I mean. If I just glued the guns on without putting the torso on, maybe I would have put the guns up too high or putting down too low, and then it just would have been bad. So lots of glue. I think that's about right. It's looking pretty freaking cool. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this. This just rests in for now. And it's the missiles that go on top. Do I dare glue the arms on now? This is the kind of thing you should use that like 2-part epoxy resin. Forget that. Just glue and pray. What is the absolute worst that can happen? It all falls apart and breaks?
Us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Okay, then the glue for arm number 2. That rhymes. The glue for arm number 2. It's been a long day. I've had like 4 Red Bulls so far. Make sure that they both are pointing exactly the same way. That would drive me insane if the elevations weren't exactly the same on both of these guns. I think I would just start crying. We have pretty much a Knight Porphyrion fully assembled. I'm gonna take a break now for a little while, and then we'll do the last final few bits. There's still quite a bit to do, to be honest with you. We've got banner hanging down. The railings and las cannons need to get washed and actually layered up. The small stippling and weathering needs to get done. Then the weathering powder needs to get done. Then the whole thing needs to be matte varnished, satin varnished. Games Workshop Minotaur and varnished, and then decide what to do with the Dreadnought. So we've got a couple of steps ahead of us. The clock is still counting down, but we shall make it work. Okay, now begins one of my favorite stages, but it's also one of the worst stages to do because it's so messy. It's awful. And it's the pigment powder weathering stage. So I have this awful tray. It's just an old box, but I keep all my pigments in here that are open. Anyone that doesn't know, pigment is literally the pure pigment which you would mix to make paint. Therefore, it is the most awfully staining thing ever. You get it on anything fabric related and that fabric is done. It's very simple. You just grab a brush. I use an old wash brush is what I tend to use. Obviously just grab some of the pigment and you just start applying it where it suits. You can hit the armor panels with this, dirty that up real nice, adds loads of cool weathering. You hit the rocks around the base of the model. Normally on these models, I would kind of go for quite a lot of it, but see, this knight is not one that's like a frontline fighter. So I don't think there's going to be lots of ordnance and lots of explosions going off like directly near him. He's probably like 3 miles away, lining up shots with these crazy cannons and absolutely annihilating the enemy with them. So I think he's fairly safe, fairly well protected as a big giant walking artillery piece. So, you know, I'm not cheating like other YouTubers. I have painted the back, just in case you were wondering. I'm not like those people. So I have 2 things left. 2 things. One is the Dreadnought still, and the second is this banner. And every time I do one of these knights, I always say, oh, I'll do this again and I'll stick it on later. So on my shelf full of knights, there's just like 5 of these blank banners sitting to the side. So I'm thinking I will actually go away and paint up this banner. Like I said, I still got loads of time. Look, 8 hours, 25 minutes. Well, it's taken 18 hours and more Red Bulls than I would probably care to think about, but I have indeed completed the Knight Porphyrion in the allotted time. When I was like 4 hours in, I thought to myself, what am I after doing? I should have said 12 hours. I would have had loads of time. That wasn't true. I needed 6 more hours than I originally thought. So, okay, we're good. We're good. We're happy with 18 hours to get this bad boy done. I'm so pleased to have this monster finally finished and ready to be deployed in games, and of course put into my backdrop, which is where he's going to go and where he's going to belong. In fact, I will show you where his final resting place will be. Is from here. He sits here in betwixt his other 2 Black Templar knights, looking pretty freaking awesome. I didn't get around to painting the Contemptor Dreadnought on his base. That will be done as a Patreon exclusive video. If you want to check that out, like I said, links to Patreon is down below. You do get a bunch of benefits for being involved with Patreon. You get access to a private Discord server. You can hang out with us on a daily basis, talk about your hobby, get involved with that, which is really cool. We do events like painting community challenges and showcases and painting competitions and all those kind of things. And we also do monthly giveaways. This month's giveaway is the beautiful Knight Questoris. So if you want a fully sealed Knight Questoris shipped anywhere in the world to you, if you want a chance of winning that, all you have to do is be a member of Patreon at any tier. So please do check those things out below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. This was quite a slog. I am quite tired. Usually people wait till the next morning to record these bits. I'm deciding to do it late at night. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but we're here now, so we shall power through. You guys are awesome. I like these kind of style of videos, the kind of challenge videos and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see more of them, I have a whole host of other awesome Forge World and big models that need painting up. So give me an excuse, give me one of these challenge, and I'll be happy to step up and get it done. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.